Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Art by Julie E. I'm Julie E. Today I'm going to show you how I make gel prints like these using homemade foam stamps. Okay, so to give you an idea of what I'm talking about doing, these are some of the prints that I've done by making my own little stamp, and I'll show you how to make that stamp now. So what you want to do is you want to have some of this. It's soft on both sides. It's a foam board. Hopefully by the time you see this, I will have a link down in my description for this. I actually got this from Janice. She always sends me some really cool stuff. I don't think she intended me to use it for this, but that's what I ended up using it for. I think it was just as packing material, so stuff wouldn't shuffle around and get broken in one of the boxes she sent. But I thought, you know, I kept a hold of that. Let's see what I can do with it. So it's really easy. We're just going to cut out a square. And you can make this any manageable size you want. I'm just going to go about that big to start with. Oop. There we go. Hopefully I'm recording. Yep, okay, good. Alright, now that we've got that, now we want just a basic leaf shape. I'm going to start at one corner and cut a round semicircle till I get to the other corner. There you go, that easy. And then basically the same thing on this side. There you go, Bob's your uncle. You've got a leaf shape. Now you can trim these little thingies off or you can leave them. They don't matter much. They'll just add interest. So once you get that done, then you want to score it. You don't want to cut all the way through. You just want to score it. So take your scissor. I think when I did the other one, I used the plastic picnic knife. But yeah, you're just going to score it down the middle. Oh, that one's got a double line. There we go. So scoring it down the middle. There we go. And then, which way do we want? We'll use that. Okay, so we're going to go there. And there. And there. I'm going to go over it one more time just to deepen it. There. And there. And then do the other side, but kind of go in between those two lines. And that creates your veining in your leaf. There we go. Do another one just to be sure. There we go. And there. That's how easy it is. You just score a design into this foam. Now on this side, I'm going to take some painter's tape. And I'm going to fold it in half, but leaving wings. We want to have some wings. There we go. There. And then I'm going to tape my wings down extra well. Cut off any little excess tape. There we go. And over there. There we are. There we go. There. Now you've got something to press and then pick it up. See? How easy was that? All right, let's grab some paint, roll it out on our plates, and make some cool papers. Okay, so I'm going to be using golden fluid acrylic for my first layer. And then we're going to stamp on this, and then to that we'll add some light green by Artist Loft, some green yellow by Artist Loft, we've got metallic green leaf by Artist Loft, and we've got some lemon yellow from Creative Inspirations. All right, This is my brayer. I'll have a link for that down in the description. I got mine in a 2-pack, a little one and a bigger one. So, and then this is just regular old copy paper. That's what I'll be cleaning my brayer on and kind of getting any excess paint off of my stamp with. So that's what that paper is for. I have tissue paper. I also have mulberry paper. This is wet strength tissue paper. It's the Carnival brand. That's also available on Amazon. And so is this Viuk mulberry paper. I like it. I get a decent print with it. Let me pull out a couple pieces right now so I don't have to search for it later while I'm talking to you. All right. And this is so relaxing. I really love doing this. This is a mulberry paper also. You can see that kind of wood grain texture in it and stuff, like wood shavings. It's a really cool paper. But this one, it doesn't have as many of those abnormalities in it. So if you like a cleaner mulberry paper, I would go with the pack I just showed you. Okay, let's get started. You don't want too much paint. I am the queen of too much paint. I'm gonna have this stuff stuck on my plate if I don't clean it. So this is how I clean up stuff. Sometimes some of it still might show up and have that kind of grungy look. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, it's gonna stay. All right, it'll either lift with the paper, this next pull, or it'll stay there. I don't know, we'll see. So you just want a little bit, a few drops here and there. There we go. And then you just kind of roll it out. You know what? I think that isn't paint. I think it might be alcohol ink that rolled under, because I'm using the other side of my... There we go. That's good. You take too long and you're going to start lifting the paint back up off of your gel print. As it starts to dry, it'll start clinging to your brayer. So I found that out the hard way. So, and then what I do is I just push and lift. Now you might have to go over the same areas a few times until it gets sticky enough to stick. Oh, I'm wiggling. There we go. Till it gets sticky enough to stick to your stamp. You can kind of see the impressions. There we go. Now we're getting sticky. There. There we go. Oh, that's a nice one. All right, now I'm going to go in with my smaller one that I've used many times. You can reuse these. I'm going to go in and just start stamping all over the place because it's fun. All right, there we go. Now, just going to give it a little bit of that green there. A bit of that yellow there. A little bit of this green here. There we go. Woo, come on, get on there. And then some of the metallic green in a couple of these spots. There we go. That should be plenty. Let me move these off of the paper. There we are. All right, now And I'm just kind of tapping as I roll so that I can get a mixture of all those really cool colors throughout my stamp impressions where I lifted the black paint up off of my gel plate. There we go. Now if you want, you can try and brayer that over that. There we go. Oop. A little something something there. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to get my mulberry paper ready. There we go. Alright, try and guide that up correctly. There we go. Oops, got a little close to the edge there. There we are. Smooth that down really good. Give it a good rub. Because you want to re-wet that black paint underneath a bit. So, here we are. And since we have that one, and it's drying over there, let's grab our other stamp again. There we go. And here. There. All right. And then our little one. The littler ones seem to work better for me. Don't know why. Probably the force. I suppose you could stick these to a wood block if you wanted to. It's worth it. Like I said, they're reusable. Totally reusable. Okay, and now we have to go in with the color. Let's go in with the yellow. Well, we gotta wait for this to dry first. So let's do that. Let's wait for this to fully dry. Meanwhile, still waiting on this. You can tell when it's dry when it is room temperature. Right now it still feels wet and cool to the touch. So we'll come back in a minute once this is dry and once this is dry and ready to pull. Okay, I'm back. This one is still wet. I can feel it's still wet, but this one is dry. It is dry to the touch. So we can go ahead and apply our next color. I'm just gonna go with the yellow I already have out here. There we go, that should be plenty. You don't need a lot of paint for this. And I'm just gonna use some tissue paper that I already have cut to size for it. So, there, get those off of there. All right, and then just gonna glide that over. I have something going on with my brayer. One of the corners is catching and leaving a track. All right, there we go. Okay, now lay that down. There we go. There's a little chunky on there. Okay. There we go. And then we'll just let this one dry now. This one still has a little ways to go. So we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. It's Arizona. Things usually dry pretty fast here. Okay, I think both are dry. It's been about 10 minutes. Let's see. Here we go. There's our big one. Ooh. Whoa. How cool is that? Oh, didn't dry all the way right there. No. I think the paint was too thick right there. That's okay. It's still cool. And it can be used for collage, mixed media. So that's awesome. Okay. Now our tissue paper. There's our little chunky that was in there. I could feel it when I was smoothing out the paper. And there we go. Pretty neat. I get a kick out of it. All right. Okay guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed making these fun stamps, and get creative. Here's one I did. I tried to make some lips. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this. Please go check out Dave's DRH Acrylic Creations and Just Janice. They were both right before me. Their links will be down in the playlist. And until next time, loves and hugs, y'all. Bye.